Hi everyone, this is Linda. Welcome to my channel. Today guys, I have a collage painting little study going on here. I wanted to share my Christmas journal. I work in this every year. Well, this is my second year. I started this last year. This is done on a Tim Holtz journal that he has, and I just can't think of the exact name. But it's by Ranger, I think. And I just collaged everything that's in this. And then I also added my own paintings and made a collage from it. And I'll show you as we get going. And then the one that I'm going to show tonight, or when I get there, I'm going to work on. So I thought I would share this. I had a person ask me to see the Christmas journal or some of my journals, and I'll start with this one. So we're gonna get going, and this is the first page where everything on here is from a Christmas card, scrap paper, ephemera pieces, and I just cut out the cards and added them to everything and just decorated it up with that traditional look. Inside is this flap, and it has a envelope that you can keep pieces in there. So I just put Christmas paper in the pink with some real pretty like a doily here I cut into and added, and then I added the pink paper there. And then I wanted my first page to be pink, so I did the pink page with ephemera pieces. I just like the vintage look. I used silver background. I used the doily again. Some snowflakes. I used my punch for these. I punched out the snowflakes. And then I had gotten some of the pink ephemera and used that there. And I think it turned out quite well. Okay, moving on to the next page. Now, this page here, it was blank. So I painted the background and I did the tree. So I added a few little pieces of ephemera and the little angel and some snowflakes to that. So that page can really have more work done to it. But I went on to the next, and the next page is this one here, and it's done in blue. Piece is always beautiful, and I just did all blues and silvers, and I just thought it was really pretty. Now all of this was cut out from Christmas cards. I stamped music notes on there and added some embellishments to it, so I thought this was a really pretty page. So moving on to the next, I did a traditional more of a traditional colors and vintage looking also. This here is just the same background. I used a piece of music page and I just stressed it out with some inks and used some ephemera pieces. This is from a music book, and then I embellished it. I thought it turned out really pretty. Also, here on the next page, I only used little stickies for the snowflakes, but the page itself I painted and did everything there with it. So let's go to the next. So the next one is back to a Santa traditional, and I did everything with ephemera. I added the music notes and some little red, and then there's the green, just little stickies, and the rest is ephemera here, and then this is just Christmas paper from just like scrap paper. So that brings me to the next page, which I'm going to be working on now, and I am going to put a snowman here. So I'm just going to start finishing drawing the snowman in, and we're just going to get him in, and I'm going to have him hold a candy cane. So I just want to get him in and get the proportions right. I did this snow myself, and then I put some glitter in it. So I think that turned out quite well. Alright, so now we're going to put in, I'm going to have a scarf on him. So have that come out like that. And then another piece up here. And then I'm going to paint each one of these with some acrylic paint. Okay. So I have earmuffs. Alright, now let's get his head in. And then he's going to have a hat. Okay, I know it might be a little hard to see this until I at least start putting some color on. Okay. Okay, now here is where I want to have him holding the candy cane. Okay. Alright. So I'm not going to put a face on until after I get him painted. So let's begin with the painting. So I do have my paints laid out here, and I'm going to give them a little spritz because they've been sitting for a minute. And I am using acrylic paint, and this is just acrylic paint that I found at Ollie's. So that is that. It's just plain acrylic paint, and the paintbrushes are a set that I found at actually, you know what? No. This paint came from Gabriel's. That's where it came from. And so did these brushes. So let's get started on applying the white in. So I'm going to hold on my cup, and I'm just going to start adding the white over top of this scrap paper. Okay. Alright. So, one of my favorite things to paint are snowmen. And I have been painting with acrylic paint for a very, very long time. I love to do wintry Christmas scenes and wintry scenes in acrylic. And I've only done watercolor on this page, but I am mainly an acrylic painter. Although I do, and I'm still learning the watercolor, but I like, and mainly a acrylic painter. I just think, because I've done it so long, I just think it's, I don't want to say easier, but to me, I think because maybe it's from one thing to the other and they're totally different. And I guess I've done it so long that I am so accustomed to it, and I know it very well. Okay, this is covering quite nicely. I found all of these little paints in a set. It might have been, I'm not exactly, maybe 20 paints for like $6.99. And sometimes I'm a little leery getting them, thinking I'm not sure how well they're going to, really work. But these work really nice, so I'm very happy with those. All right, we're going to the middle part where he is here in the middle. Okay, So this has already been 10 minutes. I want to try to get this video to 20 minutes and then that's it. So I'm going to try to work very quickly because I just don't want that video to be very long. Okay, now let me do his face. So we will paint his face, or actually his head, and then I have to wait till that dries before I can go back in and do his features on his face. Okay. Now I'm just going back down here and adding a little bit more. Okay, I need to find a really pretty tealy blue to add some shadows. Okay, there's what I'm looking for. Okay. All right. Let's clean that out. All right. I need to find forgot my paper towels. So I'm going to add some of the shadows and contour some of that into the snowman. Okay, all right. I'm just cleaning my brush and I'm looking for my paper towel roll. Okay. Now I'm going back up to his face because his face is not bright enough. So we'll give him another coat there. Okay. And then I'm going to add the white to his scarf. Okay, we'll come around there. And then also his arm. Okay, so let me come back here and add a little bit more. Alright, and I'm going to come right back down here and add another little coat over top of what we just did. Blend out that blue a little bit. Alright, now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go up and do his hat. So his hat, instead of making it black, I'm going to make it green. So let's just do that and get that in. So when I'm doing a journal, I always like to add my own touch. Like I want to paint the page, and then I want to add the elements around what I put in there. So it's not all done by paper. Like, you know, there's my artwork in there also. So that's the whole point of this one, doing this Christmas one or winter one. So that's what I like to do. Okay. All right, now we're going to give it a black band. Right here in the middle. Okay. Now the candy cane itself, I need to add white. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm noticing as this paint's drying, it dries and then it's not very opaque. So that's why I'm going back in and I'm going back in and adding a second coat because it's very see-through. But you know, it was just a cheap paint, so but it's just enough to do this little book with. All right, so I'm going back over here, okay, and I'm just going to do a little bit more work there. Now he does have some earmuffs on, and I'm going to add that in next. So there's that side, and then over here, I always like to sketch it in first. And then go back in and fill it in. Okay, so clean that out. So he's coming along quite nicely. So what I want to do now is come back in with this blue and add some of these darker little shade spots just to define him a little bit better. Okay. He does have an arm here. All right. So now I'm going back up to his face and do another coat there real quick. Okay. I think he's looking quite nice. I just love painting snowmen. I think they're very easy and fun. Okay. All right, now working on the scarf. See how that coat just soaked in to that paper? That's okay. We are just going to go and we're going to add another one. More to his arm. All right, so he's coming along quite nicely. I'm really liking it. Okay. Now I'm just going to go back down, and here in the bottom we are going to add some detail. I'm just letting the rest of that dry, and I'm just going to start adding the detail in. So I'm going to put some little dots here for his little coal. Okay, and then I'm going to add the stripes to the candy cane and to his little scarf. Let's see if I find my right brush. I'm not sure if I got a skinnier. Let me look here. That is a filbert edge. I am looking for a little tiny one that is flat. Angle. Let's see. Alright. Okay, let's go back into the red. So I'm just going in And then same for the candy cane. He's somewhat too, candy cane's still too, not quite white enough. And I have to be careful that I don't lose the candy cane in the midst of his body, so this whole bottom part is going to be shaded. And then we'll just run that shading all the way up underneath. Okay. All right. Now, back to the red. I'm just adding another little coat over top of the earmuffs and putting one here for his mitten on his holding that candy cane. Okay. Now I'm going to add stripes to the candy cane. So we're just going to put 2 there and a big one. Two. Another big one. Another big one. And then ended up with 2 more. Okay, he's come along. I think he's coming to life. Alright, next is his face. So, I believe he needs a little bit more white up here. I just want to add a little bit more. Okay. Okay. I'm just going back over and brightening him up with the white where it's not as white as I like it to be. Okay, so I'm going to add some more of that red in that scarf underneath his neck. Okay. We'll get that finished. Right. Okay, and then the edge of his scarf has some green fringe. Let's do that. Okay. Now let's give him a face. So I take the back of my paintbrush and I use it as a tool, and what I'm going to do is put it in the black, and I'm just going to dot his eyes right on. So we dot there and we dot there. So there are his eyes, and then he's got to have a nose. So I'm going to give him a red nose. There's his red nose. And then he's going to need a mouth. So I'm going to use the red for his mouth. And usually I will dot the mouth, but this time I'm just going to do one big smiley with the red. Like that, and he is just about done. Okay, I'm going to just go back in and add some snow across his hat here. A little bit of snow right here. Okay, and some more of that. Just a little shadow up in here. And then I can just add a little bit more white to tone that down. Okay, and I believe he is finished. Oh, except for this one right here. I forgot his mitten. His second mitten holding that candy cane. But that is a simple fix. So he's got a thumb, and then it'll come around to here. And we'll just add that in. Okay. Okay, there he is, folks. There is the little snowman, and he's all done, and I will be adding more things to this page, and when I get that done, I will show you guys what I did. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Until next time, guys, I will see you soon. Bye-bye, guys.